Hi, Deepa Rani Shekhar from Transform Life Programs. Love and light. At the outset, let me tell you a story, dear friends. So, this is about a monkey who wandered in the forests without a care. He was not bothered about anything. He just kept wandering, eating all the fruits that he could lay his hands on, climbed all the trees that seemed fun to him. He was in the prime of his health, had fun with the other monkeys, and life was bliss. Until one day, he wandered into the fringes of the forest and into a village. And he took a peek into the window of a house. On the table, he saw a very beautiful set of apples, red and shiny. Our friend the monkey had never seen an apple as shiny and bright as this. So, what do you think he did? Yes, you guessed it right. He slowly sneaked into the house, picked two apples, and ran into the forest. Friends, if you know that animals do not eat immediately, sometimes they run to a safer place and then eat. If you have noticed monkeys in temples, when they snatch something from you, they don't eat. They go to the top of the gopuram of the temple or a tree top and then start eating there. So that's what our friend the monkey did. He ran into the forest and sat down. He smelt it. You must be aware that animals have a very strong sense of scent. He smelled it, but he couldn't smell anything. He sniffed it again, nothing. And then he thought, okay, probably this variety of apples do not have a smell. Let me sink my teeth into the delicious succulent fruit. If it's so shiny, how succulent, juicy and tasty the fruit must be. So he tried sinking his teeth into the fruit, but his teeth hurt because he could not sink his teeth into the fruit. Can you guess why? Yes, you guessed it right. They were wooden apples painted to a finesse. So our friend the monkey tried multiple times to eat it from different angles, but he could not get anywhere except for hurting his teeth. But still, he was so obsessed with the apple, he wouldn't put it down. And he became more possessive when other monkeys came to look at what he was holding on to. When you don't show it or share it or don't allow others to touch it, there is more inquisitiveness, there is more curiosity, and the monkeys flocked to have a look. Our friend the monkey kept running away from his friends. So slowly, the other monkeys started avoiding him because they didn't like him not sharing things with him. Do you think this bothered our friend the monkey? No, he was not bothered. He went on with his proud possession of the painted wooden apples, red and shiny, attractive as they looked. With his insecurity that he might lose these apples, clutching harder to it, especially when another monkey passed by, clutching harder and holding on, created pain in his knuckles. He was hungry, but he refused to put down the apples and get to a real fruit to eat to get his hunger quenched. He was scared the other monkeys will steal away his apples. So he continued like that to this part where he forgot hunger. However, when he moved across and came by fruit-laden trees, the smell of the fruit did entice him. But do you think he changed his mind? No, he still held on to the wooden apples because he knew once he put it down, his friends are going to take it and he might not get it ever again. He did not mind starving, but he was not willing to let go of the fruit, so he did not eat. He did not have company of his fellow monkeys, and his health started failing. He became frail, weak, and started getting disoriented in his mind. If you know, for the brain to function with its smartness, for the gray cells to be what they are, it needs sugar. So the monkey was not getting anything, getting none of it. And he started becoming desperate. But he was not willing to put down the wooden apples. Until one day, hunger got the better of him. Somewhere it was a eureka moment for this monkey. And he thought, what am I holding on to these apples? They are no good. They've brought me only weakness, alienation from my clan, and nothing more except that I own these two. And he dropped it and went to eat another fruit. And he saw a friend of his hold on to those apples. He told him, friend, you're going to lose your health. Please drop that. He said, you're jealous because I have picked it now. He said, okay, go through your own journey until you drop it. And he was happy to get back to his healthy diet of fresh fruits and nuts and slowly regained his health and came back to the mainstream of life. So what is this story telling you about our own lives? What is the story telling us about our own lives? How much are we like these monkeys, holding on to things which are irrelevant to us? Most of the gadgets are like this. How much do we go on through the social media, liking all that our Facebook friends, Insta friends post? Do you think these friends are going to come to help you when you really require somebody? When there is an emergency at home? I don't think so. And I know that you don't think so too. But still, how much of your time are you wasting on liking, commenting on the posts of people you don't even know? Quite a bit, right? And how much are we holding on to the fear? Fear of losing jobs, fear of messing up relationships, fear of catching the pandemic, fear of not knowing what to do. How many fears are we holding on to? How much are we not willing to drop these wooden apples, as I would call them, and go to eat the natural fruit, the fruit of hope, the fruit of faith, the fruit of bonding, the fruit of doing things naturally? How much are we doing it? And how much are we setting an example to our children that the wooden apples are important? How much did we make exams important? Today, we don't know how important it is. Or do we know? Yes, we know. Our lives are more important than the exams or an academic year. Our well-being and health is more important than the job or career we ever held. Yeah. So this is what we have to learn, to let go, move on. If a wooden apple is gone, definitely there are succulent, juicy apples waiting for us. You will get these succulent, juicy apples when you trust in yourself, when you have faith in the Almighty. So how many of you are willing to let go of your wooden apples? How much is the loss of an academic year bothering you for your children or yourself? Or how much is the loss of a promotion bothering you? How much is the loss of a job bothering you? How much is the money you have to spend on something, and how much is that what you might not get back in time bothering you? Well, this is a situation we never expected. Like the monkey never expected the apples, but it held on to it. We never expected these wooden apples of economic crisis, the pandemic, the fear, the chaos. We never expected it. We never create from order, dear friends. Creation happens from chaos. So is there chaos around? Yes, loads of chaos. So what can you create out of this chaos? But to create, you've got to let go of the wooden apples. You understand what apples you are holding on to and start letting go of the wooden apples and reach out to the juicy, succulent apples that are abundantly available. Hope this makes sense, and you're going to drop the wooden apples, let go, and start eating succulent, juicy apples. Thank you for joining me. Deepa Rani Shekhar from Transform Life Programs. Love and light.